What's up, guys? Time to show off a couple builds I got done from my buddy Jim, who has a plethora of watches from me. So we did a couple more rush builds. So there were a couple dials that he was thinking of getting. So my buddy over at Seconda Customs did some essentially dye sublimation printing is what I think he's doing when he screen prints these full color dials. So we took two different Rush albums and screen printed them onto watch dials. Then backside loomed. So this is a brass dial that's been printed on, backside loomed, and did each of them just slightly different. I say slightly, but they're quite different. But I just want to make sure each one of them was different than the other one. So we did a 350 brushed case on this one with a small coin, and I did a resin-filled minute insert. I wanted the red to go nicely with the fire hydrant there. Did a set of silver Moldova hands, and I happened to have one of these seconds hand that had just the touch of red in it, and I thought that was perfect. So threw that in there. Milled crown. We did milled case backs that we then threw on some Rush artwork. And this worked the best for case back, so I think on all future builds that we do for you, maybe we always do this on that case back. Then did the Rush logo right across the top of the clasp, and then a little BVW at the bottom. But this is on one of these Shark Mesh hybrid bands. I don't know if I've given you one of these. You'll have a little bit of a time when you're sizing it, but it's not too terrible if you lay it flat. One goes this way, one goes that way, one goes this way. That's just cross-hatched. You can kind of slide them into each other. So when you pop a pin out and pop a pin out, I just slide it right out, and then I overlap one on the other, and I just push it down in. And I can normally handle it just like that. So, and if I look, my hands are clean, but I've been doing some hosta replanting at the house, so just by hand. But so that's that build. Bezel on it will turn left. It'll turn right. It is just a tension ring bezel. Alignment, you'll probably just want to focus. We removed, obviously, 11, 12, and 1 for the logos. We did it on both. So you're just going to want to align with, your 15, 45, or 30. Or just try and figure out where top dead center is. So automatic mechanical, that one is as well. There's a rotor in the back, so as you're moving, it's moving too. But before you put it on, you want to wind it just a little bit to make sure you don't lose time throughout the day. How you do that is you back the crown off the threads so you can hear it and feel it clicking, and at that point you can wind. And a wind is a turn clockwise as you look at it. Turning it back towards you doesn't do anything, but it's a lot easier to keep your finger spacing in, go back and forth to wind. Doing that for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on will help you keep time throughout the day, but if you do it something closer to 10 seconds, you're going to max out your 31-hour plus power reserve on it. You cannot overwind it, so for those watching that's not Jim, who knows all about it already, you can sit here and wind this up all day if you want. It has a slipping mainspring, so it will only accept what input it needs. And then once you're happy with that, you're going to pull it to the 1 and only click, and you can now set your time. Okay, Google, what time is it?
It's 2:39 p.m.
2:39 p.m. And for pictures, I move the hand so that I could get the optimal picture, so that's why the time isn't spot on. Push it over, get it out of that time setting, and then wind it down. So there's one with matching beads. Wife actually had some nice green in here that went with that background nicely. So with this one, just to make sure, in case there comes a day when you're like, you know what, I want to swap over to, I have a really nice burgundy strap, or I have a really nice black or grayish colored strap, you can then throw on a buckle for it so that it matches still. So that will be down in the bottom of your box. As you see with that one, that's going to come in a silver rush box with an Atlas pillow in that one. The other build, everything is the same on it in regard to winding it, the bezel movement, but this one has more of a small knurled bezel. I did a baby blue drop-in insert on this. It sticks up just slightly all the way around, which is very cool. And it went with these blues like perfect. This is a 170 brushed case, a little bit larger of a case, a little bit bigger of a presence, larger crown on it as well. Same case back. That clasp that I showed off on the other one is here. But I happen to have a nice black with blue that went with this as well. I don't know why it keeps not focusing on what I'm showing you, but that went together nicely with this one. I did a set of white hands with a white second hand, and I think this one came out pretty awesome. There's your bezel shift. Same thing here. And I'll set the hands on this one too. I was also moving it so you could see the owl much better. So every time I go to take a picture, whenever I build these at night, it was like, 11:05. So I'm like, yeah, it's perfect. That's what I need. I need that picture. Okay, Google, what time is it?
It's 2:41 p.m.
Push it over, get it out of that time setting, and then wind it down. This one also matching beads. I did this one in more of a wood grain burned rush box. And that's your builds, good sir. Both builds will come with watch cleaner. It's just good on all glass and metal parts, non-streaking, non-toxic, non-residue. You'll also get a microfiber for each build to keep that watch perfectly clean. This is going to work for this watch as a whole. This is only going to work for this part of the watch. Leather conditioner to keep the strap perfectly soft for that watch. And then lastly, both of them are going to get some fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 from Amazon, just repackaged. It's like Poly Watch. It's for your acrylic glass because you can scratch it. If you do, no big deal. You'll put a tiny bit of this on it and buff it out using your color matching microfiber. If the scratch is up and down, just go left and right, hazing that scratch, fill it, buff it out. If it's still there, wait a little bit, let that solidify, and then do it again. That said, if you scratch the brushed cases, both of these are brushed cases, it's a lot easier to fix this one than that one just because you have more surface area here, whereas it kind of ties in immediately. So I guess you have less area to scratch on this one, more area to scratch on this one, but easier to fix. Just use the green side of a Scotch-Brite and do single passes. Just keep it close against the bezel and just do single passes. You'll essentially brush in the scratch where you don't see it anymore. On the sides, straight brush. Same on this one, straight brush. Now if you nick this up, the outsides are brushed, the centers are polished. So you don't want to brush the centers. Your clasp as a whole is a brush. So if you do get desk rash and different things on there, take the double lock clasp, flip it up, and then kind of hold the band in your hand. And then single pass that direction. Then when you're done, flip this down, single passes straight down. That's how I do it. If I ever get them scratched. So those are your builds, sir. If you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks, everybody.